Hello everyone, hi, I am Jewel. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is Cruise Around the Clock. This story is coming from DaVita Kidney Care at blogs.davita.com/stories and was written by Melissa Flores, and this is a living donor story. Okay, let's get started. Looking back when I was 23 years old, I couldn't have imagined the journey that brought me here. At 23, I was pregnant with my first child and recently diagnosed with a hereditary disease called IgA nephropathy, which my father also had. This disease progresses slowly, but from the start, I was told that my kidneys would eventually fail. I was in denial. Instead of thinking about my future, I focused all of my energy on my part-time and full-time jobs, my marriage, and my children. I never thought that I would have to go on dialysis. Finally, at 42, my kidneys began to fail as a result of the IgA nephropathy. I started my journey with DaVita in January 2010 when I began hemodialysis treatment. When I began treatment, I was overwhelmed. I had to change my lifestyle, my routine, and it felt like I was starting from scratch. At that time in 2010, both of my children were in high school, and I was determined not to let dialysis or my disease beat me. It was not going to be a death of me. Almost everyone I knew got tested to see if they were a match for me. When I started dialysis, I was worried I'd never find a kidney match. Because of my disease, finding a match was difficult. After 9 months of my new normal, I received the news that 2 of my friends were matches. Because of the differences in age, we chose to go with the younger person of the 2 donors. I was so grateful that I had 2 people wanting to give me a kidney. I received my first kidney transplant in September of 2010. For 3 years, I lived with that transplant until one day in 2013 when I felt like I had a cold or maybe the flu. Looking back, I didn't realize these mundane symptoms were actually signs that my kidney transplant was failing. Unfortunately, my first kidney transplant failed and I had to go back on dialysis in 2013. One of the treatment options my care team suggested when I had to go back on dialysis was peritoneal dialysis, which is PD, since it was unlikely I'd receive another kidney donation in the near future. With the help of my amazing care team, I decided to go on PD. Choosing PD seemed to be the most suitable for my lifestyle, and it offered me more freedom to pick a schedule that worked best for me. I traveled to see my daughter play softball and had more time to do whatever I wanted during the day. I'll never forget my husband, Sam, and I bringing my materials to different hotel rooms so I could treat when we traveled to softball teams. The difference between PD and in-center was night and day. I had my life back. The transition to PD was easy because of how helpful the on-call nurse was. She constantly checked in on me and educated me. Sam was also a huge help. He and I got PD down to a fine science. I made sure I was hooked up by 9 p.m. each night so I could dialyze overnight and wake up the next morning and go to work. He always ensured I had successful and safe treatments, and for that I am very, very grateful. While I was on PD, I was also able to take a cruise to Galveston, Texas, and Mexico. I knew it was going to be a great trip with my family, but I would have never guessed what happened while we were on the trip. In August of 2019, my family embarked on our cruise to Mexico. While we were having fun, my DaVita Center received a call that my name was next on the transplant list and that they had found a match for me. My two amazing nurses, Siv and Neris, knew this was an opportunity I'd never get again and informed the transplant coordinator I was on a cruise. Siv and Nev knew they couldn't reach me because I didn't have a cell phone service, but that didn't stop them. They had a brilliant idea to call Carnival Cruise Lines. They told them my name, that I had left from a port in Galveston, and that I was in the Gulf of Mexico. The woman from Carnival told them they tried to find me, but that it was nearly impossible. Siv and Nevis thought they'd never hear back from Carnival, but the stars aligned that day. My husband, granddaughter, and I were having breakfast one morning on the ship when my daughter came rushing to the breakfast table and said, "Mom, they are saying your name over the ship speaker." When I heard this, I thought I'd won a free trip or something. But when I saw the area code of the phone call for me, I knew it was the transplant center calling me to tell me that they had found a donor for me. When I heard the news, my heart sank. I told the center I wouldn't be back until the next morning, but yet again the odds were in my favor. The center said that if I could be at the hospital by 2 p.m. the next day, the kidney could still be transplanted. The cruise staff informed the captain, who made sure I was back to the port in Galveston early the next morning. Once we arrived in Galveston, the cruise let my family get off first, and my son was there waiting for us. My son is a policeman, and he planned to escort us to Galveston to Houston in rush hour traffic. We miraculously made it to the hospital at 12:30 p.m. On August 15th, 2019, I received my second kidney transplant. It was a miracle. The kidney was from my kidney twin and was a zero mismatch. It's not unusual, but it's rare. Since my second transplant, I've continued to work, spend time with my family, and I've begun to raise awareness about kidney donation. I advocate for living kidney donors whenever and wherever I can because I believe many folks do not understand it's possible to change someone's life through kidney transplantation. Moving forward, I plan to take care of myself and my new kidney. Everyone, this is Cruise Against the Clock. This information is coming from, like I said, DaVita Kidney Care. They are a wonderful organization. I have read their stories before. They offer everything about kidney care to kidney patients from A to Z, and they also supply financial assistance to kidney patients that are in need, which is very, very rare today, guys. So, guys, if you found this story very moving, like I did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, always, always sending you so much love and affection. And as you see by this story, there's so many wonderful people out there in the background that are willing and able to help us if we raise awareness about our needs. So guys, let people know that you are in need and you never know where it may go. So guys, you need to know the only thing that you have to do, of course, is stay positive and stay hopeful and know that one day your time will be coming too. So take care of yourselves, guys, and I will see all of you on the next video. Bye.